Chosen one. Listen carefully. This moment is not a coincidence. Heaven has paused the noise of the world around you to deliver a word that will awaken something deep within you. You have wondered why the journey has been so heavy, why your heart has carried weights that others could not see. But here is the truth: God has not forgotten you. Every tear, every unanswered prayer, every long night has been collected in His hands. You are not ordinary. If you were, life would not have pressed so hard against you. The attacks, the delays, the betrayals, they were not evidence of your weakness. They were proof of your calling. Chosen one. You were never meant to blend in. And now, God is pulling back the veil to show you that everything you went through was preparation for what is about to shock you. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms, chapter 118, verse 6. The Lord is with me. I will not be afraid. What can mere mortals do to me? Do you hear the power in those words? You have been afraid of people's opinions, of doors closing, of opportunities slipping away. Yet David, hunted by kings and armies, declared with boldness that the presence of God was greater than any opposition. If the Lord is with you, and He is then no person, no system, no darkness can stop the unfolding of your destiny. Picture this: a candle placed in the middle of a vast, dark cave. The darkness looks overwhelming, endless. But the moment the candle is lit, the shadows retreat. That tiny flame shifts the entire atmosphere. You are that flame. Even when you felt small, Heaven saw how your very presence disrupted darkness. That is why the enemy fought you so hard, because your light could not be ignored. Let me tell you a story. There was a man who carried dreams in his heart for years. He worked faithfully, prayed earnestly, yet it seemed like nothing ever broke through. He faced rejection after rejection, betrayal after betrayal. People whispered that he had missed his chance, that maybe he was not called at all. But then, suddenly, one door opened. It was the kind of door no human could shut. What people thought was wasted time was actually God's hidden season of shaping, and when his moment came, it was so swift, so undeniable, that those who doubted him were left in awe. This is the kind of shock that is coming to your life. God is about to release something so undeniable, so unmistakably divine, that even those who underestimated you will have no choice but to acknowledge his hand upon you. Chosen one, you may feel weary. You may feel like the weight is too much. But hear me clearly, you are closer than you think. The season of silence is breaking. The delays are giving way to acceleration. Like a river that has been dammed up for years, suddenly released, the flow of God's favor is about to rush into every dry place in your life. Think of a key hidden in a stone wall. At first glance, it seems useless, out of place, but in the right hands, at the right time, that key unlocks a door that has been closed for generations. That is you. You are not misplaced. You are not forgotten. You are the key that heaven has been shaping in secret. And the door you are about to open will not just be for you, it will be for many who come after you. Do not despise the waiting. Do not curse the process. Seeds do not break the surface the day they are planted, but when the season is right, the soil can no longer hold them back. The world may not see what God has been growing inside of you, but soon it will burst forth with undeniable life. And when that moment comes, fear will no longer hold you. The opinions of people will no longer chain you. You will walk in a freedom that shocks even you. Because the truth is, God has been with you all along. Even in the nights when you thought you were alone, He was there. Even in the silence, He was speaking. And now, His hand is about to lift you in plain sight. Chosen one, if this word resonates in your spirit, let it echo outward. Share this message with someone who needs to be reminded of their worth. Subscribe to stay aligned with what heaven is speaking. And as a prophetic act of agreement, declare it in the comments by typing the number 777. That is your symbol of divine completion and heavenly alignment. This is not the end of your story. It is the awakening of your destiny. Chosen one. The weight you have carried has not been light. You know what it feels like to put on a smile while your heart quietly aches. You know the sting of giving love and loyalty, only to be met with rejection. You know the exhaustion of trying to be strong for everyone else, while secretly wondering who will be strong for you. And through it all, you wondered if anyone truly saw you. God saw you. Not just the version of you that others see, the strong one, the capable one, but the you who wept in silence, who prayed in whispers, who nearly broke under the heaviness of it all. Every moment you thought was overlooked has been recorded in heaven. Every sigh, every tear, every breath. When you thought you could not take another step, heaven kept count. Sometimes the greatest battles are not fought in public, but in the secret places of the soul. You have carried weights that no one else could carry for you. And though others may not have understood, the one who chose you never left your side. The hidden battles were not wasted. They forged something in you that could not be produced any other way. Picture this: a mountain climber making their way up a steep, icy cliff. To others at the bottom, it looks impossible, even reckless. They do not see the small grooves in the rock where the climber's fingers find grip. They do not hear the heavy breathing. They only see someone struggling upward. But the climber knows every grip, every bruise, every inch of progress is building strength. That is what your journey has been like. Others only saw glimpses, but God saw the whole climb. You often felt the loneliness of being misunderstood. People assumed you were fine because you carried yourself with dignity, because you didn't collapse under the weight. But deep down, you longed for someone to notice, someone to say, "I see you. I understand." And in that silence, the Lord whispered, "I see you. I understand. I am with you." Andrew. The Word of God declares in the book of Isaiah, chapter 41, verse 10, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen and help." Think about how many times you wanted to give up, how many times you thought, "This is too much. I cannot keep going." Yet here you are. That alone is a testimony. You are still standing, not because you had all the strength, but because God sustained you. There were nights when His presence was the only reason you made it through. There is a strange kind of beauty in being pressed, just like olives must be crushed to release their oil. You were pressed in hidden seasons, but the pressing was not to destroy you. It was to release the anointing inside of you. You are carrying oil now, wisdom, authority, compassion that could not have come any other way. Do not despise your story. Even the broken chapters have purpose. The heartbreak made you softer. more empathetic. The rejection taught you where not to place your worth. The delays taught you patience. The failures taught you resilience. You did not lose as much as you think. You gained strength, depth, and a closeness with God that cannot be shaken. Imagine a tree standing in the middle of a storm. The winds whip violently. Branches snap. Leaves scatter. To the eye, it looks damaged. But underground, the storm forces its roots to go deeper, to anchor more firmly. Later, when the winds calm, the tree stands taller, stronger than before. That is what the storms of your life have done to you. You have roots now that reach into the depths of God's faithfulness. Chosen one. Your weight was real, but so was the grace that carried you. And this is why the next season will shock you. It will feel lighter, freer, different. The same God who walked with you in the shadows is the God who will lead you into open spaces. You will look back and see that none of the pain was wasted. The nights of tears were watering the soil for your future. What seemed like breaking was actually building. What felt like abandonment was actually preparation. What looked like the end was the beginning of something greater. And now, as you reflect on the weight you carried, realize this: you are not defined by it, but you are strengthened by it. You are not broken, you are forged. You are not forgotten, you are seen. And everything you carried has prepared you for what is about to come. Chosen one. Do you realize what has been happening? The fire you passed through was not random, and the battles you fought were not wasted. You have been marked by fire. Your life has carried the fingerprints of divine preparation. Even when it felt like destruction, the places where you thought you were being burned away were actually the places where God was purifying you. Every trial carried purpose. Every setback was a furnace. Think of gold, refined in fire. Impurities rise to the surface. The metal glows brighter, stronger. That is what the last season has done in you. The fire stripped away what could not go with you, but it also revealed what could never be taken from you. There is a sacred paradox. The very heat you prayed against was the same heat that prepared you for destiny. Without the fire, you would still be carrying the weight of what others thought of you. Without the fire, you would still be bound by fear. Without the fire, you would still be dependent on people who never truly saw you. The fire set you free. The apostle reminds us in his first letter to the Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 13, their work will be shown for what it is, because the day will bring it to light. It will be revealed with fire, and the fire will test the quality of each person's work. And you, chosen one, have been tested, and you are still standing. That alone proves the quality of what God planted in you. The flames did not consume you, they refined you. Others walked away from similar battles broken, bitter, or lost. But you came through with a deeper faith, a stronger spirit, and a sharper discernment. Let me give you an image. Picture a sword in the hands of a blacksmith. He heats it, hammers it, plunges it into cold water, then repeats the process again and again. At first, the metal looks ordinary, fragile, but after enduring the cycles of fire and hammer, it becomes a weapon that can cut through anything. That is your life. God did not allow the fire to destroy you. He allowed it to forge you. There was a man who once prayed, God, give me strength to endure. But instead of immediate peace, Trials came harder, heavier. At first, he thought God had ignored him. Later he realized those very trials had built the strength he prayed for. He was not abandoned, he was answered. Your life mirrors this. God did not ignore your prayers. He answered them in a form you did not expect. Chosen one. The fire you passed through has given you authority. You are no longer easily shaken. You are no longer naive to the tricks of the enemy. The lies that once confused you now sound hollow. The rejection that once crushed you no longer holds power. You carry scars. Yes, but those scars are evidence of victory. Remember this, a scar means the wound is healed. The enemy tried to kill you in that season, but here you are alive, breathing, and still marked with purpose. Those scars tell your story, and they are going to become someone else's survival guide. Do not underestimate what has been forged inside you. The fire gave you endurance. The fire gave you wisdom. The fire gave you clarity about who you are and who God is. That is why the next season will be different, because you will walk in the authority of someone who has already proven unshakable in the flames. Now, I want you to do something simple but deeply prophetic. Leave a comment that says, "Fire shaped me." Why this phrase? Because when you write it, you are not just typing words, you are making a declaration. You are acknowledging that the fire did not destroy you. It transformed you. You are proclaiming that the heat you endured refined you into gold, sharpened you into a weapon, and strengthened you into someone unshakable. By writing, "Fire shaped me," you silence the lie that your struggles were meaningless. You declare that every sleepless night, every rejection, every battle became a tool in God's hands to carve out your true identity. You confirm that you are not a victim of the fire, you are a product of it. Chosen one. This is a prophetic act. It is how you tell both heaven and hell, "I came through, and I am not the same. I am stronger, wiser, and ready." The flames did not end you. They revealed you. And now, you are stepping forward, refined, tested, and unstoppable. Chosen one. If you only knew how many times the enemy designed plots to break you. You have walked through attacks that were not coincidence. They were orchestrated attempts to silence your voice, to cripple your faith, to extinguish your light. Yet, here you stand. And the very fact that you are still standing is living proof that every scheme failed. The enemy thought your heartbreak would bury you, but it only revealed the resilience God planted in you. He thought rejection would silence you, but it only deepened your dependence on the one who never leaves. He thought loss would make you bitter, but it opened a well of compassion within you that cannot be taught in comfort. Every plot formed against you has been flipped into preparation. Think of Joseph, betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, imprisoned without cause. To the natural eye, it looked like his story was one of defeat after defeat, but heaven was working behind every setback. By the time Joseph stood in the palace, he could say with authority, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." The same truth echoes over your life, as was spoken in the sacred texts of old. In the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 31, "If God is for us, who can be against us?" Chosen one. The enemy has tried again and again to be against you. He used people, circumstances, even your own thoughts. But the word stands firm: if God is for you, then no opposition has the power to cancel what God has appointed. Imagine a chessboard. The opponent plots carefully, moving piece by piece, convinced of victory. Yet the master sees every move before it happens. Every attempt is countered, every trap dismantled. That is your life. The enemy moved pieces against you, but the Master of Heaven was always 10 steps ahead. There were moments you did not see this. You questioned, why is this happening? Why does it feel like everything is against me? What you didn't know was that heaven was already using the very thing meant to hurt you as fuel for your calling. What you thought was a detour was actually direction. Do you remember the times you felt surrounded? When voices of doubt were loud, when opportunities seemed stolen, when hope felt like a distant memory, you felt outnumbered. But if you could see in the Spirit, you would have realized you were never outnumbered. You were surrounded by angels, by divine protection, by grace that never let the blow land the way the enemy intended. Chosen one, every plan of hell against you has expired. Every scheme to trap you has been overturned, like clay pots smashed before they touch the ground. The weapons formed against you shattered before they could prosper. This is why you are still here. The fire didn't consume you. The betrayal didn't erase you. The storm didn't drown you. Instead, all of it has testified to one truth: you are chosen, and you are covered. Consider the image of a seed again. The enemy may think burying you in the soil is victory. He thinks covering you in darkness is the end. But seeds are not buried to die. They are planted to grow. That is exactly what God has done. Every attempt to bury you has only been a planting for greater fruit. Do not misinterpret the pain of the past as wasted. Every moment you endured became evidence of God's faithfulness. You thought you were surrounded by destruction, but you were surrounded by protection. You thought you were forgotten, but you were hidden for a greater unveiling. Think of a tapestry woven from the back. To the eye, it looks chaotic, with threads tangled and colors mismatched. But when the tapestry is turned over, a masterpiece is revealed. Your life has looked tangled, even messy. But heaven sees the masterpiece, and soon you will too. Chosen one. This section of your story is not just about survival, it is about revelation. God allowed the enemy to try, but not to win. In fact, the harder the enemy pushed, the stronger you became. The darker the night grew, the brighter your light shone. The more opposition rose, the more undeniable your calling became. So understand this: the enemy's failed plots are now your testimony. The very battles that once felt unbearable will become the stories that inspire others. What was meant to silence you will become the reason your voice carries authority. What was meant to weaken you will be the foundation of your strength. And the greatest shock is still coming, because when the victory unfolds in your life, everyone who doubted, everyone who underestimated, everyone who plotted against you will see with their own eyes that God's hand has been on you the whole time. Chosen one. You can feel it, can't you? Something inside you is stirring. The crown that has always been yours is awakening. It has been delayed, but never denied. You have walked through seasons where it felt like everything around you stripped you of dignity, of value, of recognition. But even when people forgot your worth, heaven never forgot. The image of the crown is not just a symbol of glory, it is a reminder of identity. A crown tells the world that someone is set apart, chosen. marked for something greater. And you, chosen one, were crowned before the world even saw your face. You have always belonged to destiny. That crown has been waiting, and now heaven is bringing it into your hands. According to what is revealed in the book of James, chapter 1, verse 12, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because, having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him." Do you see it? The trials did not take your crown, they proved you worthy of it. Every time you got back up after being knocked down, every time you chose faith instead of fear, every time you held on to God when everything in you wanted to let go, your crown became more secure. Picture this: a tree that has been battered by countless storms. Its branches may look worn, some bark may be scarred, but in the very top of the tree, a nest holds a crown-shaped circle of twigs. No matter how the storm raged, the crown remained untouched. Secure. That is you. No matter the storm, your crown has been preserved. And now, let me pause and speak heart to heart. You are not here by coincidence. If these words are reaching you, if they are touching something deep inside, it means heaven is aligning your path with this message. And if this message has stirred your spirit, if it has blessed you in some way, I want to gently invite you to be part of keeping this flame alive. Just as a candle continues burning because someone refills the oil, this space continues because of the support and love of those who are touched by it. If this word has spoken to your heart, I invite you gently choose to like, to share, to subscribe. These simple acts are like throwing a pebble into a still lake. The ripples travel farther than you imagine, reaching souls you may never meet. And if you feel led, you can go deeper. A donation is like pouring water into a well that never runs dry. Not because you are forced, not because there is a price, but because you want the well to stay open, drawing life for others who thirst. Every gift, no matter how small, becomes part of that living stream, carrying hope into unseen places. But hear this clearly: whether you give or not, you are still crowned, still chosen, still precious in the eyes of God. Your value is not measured by what you do here. Support is never demanded. It is only received if freely given. As an act of love and vision, chosen one, the crown is awakening in your spirit. You are rising into who you have always been. The weight of the past is falling off, and the dignity of heaven is being restored. When you walk, people will see the shift. When you speak, they will feel the authority. When you pray, things will move. Because the crown is not just decoration, it is power, identity, and calling. The crown you carry cannot be delayed any longer. Heaven is bringing it into full display, and those who once questioned you will see with their own eyes that God has crowned you with glory and purpose. And if this word has stirred something within you, then let it be a reminder: you are not walking alone. There are countless others walking this same journey, wearing crowns shaped by fire and faith. And together, as we lift each other, as we support one another, we build a community of chosen ones whose light cannot be hidden. The crown is here, the season is shifting, and you are stepping into the place heaven always intended for you. And perhaps right now, you feel a trembling in your spirit, a sense that what once was heavy is being lifted. That is the crown settling on your head, invisible yet undeniable. You are stepping into a dignity that does not come from people, but from heaven itself. So walk boldly, chosen one. Wear your crown with humility, but also with authority. The journey shaped you. The fire refined you, and the crown now affirms you. The world will not recognize the full weight of it yet, but heaven already does. Chosen one. Something in the atmosphere is shifting for you. You may not see it with your natural eyes yet, but heaven has already declared it. The prophetic shift has begun. What once was stuck is about to move. What once was locked is about to open. What once was silent is about to sing. For so long, you felt like you were circling the same mountain. Prayers repeated, up de fer, and answers delayed. It seemed as though the heavens were closed. But the shift of God does not come slowly. It comes suddenly. One moment Joseph was in prison. The next, he was standing before Pharaoh. One moment, the Israelites were slaves in Egypt. The next, they were walking out with freedom in their hands. God moves in sudden reversals, and you are about to live in that kind of moment. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Habakkuk. Chapter 1, verse 5. Look at the nations and watch, and be utterly amazed. For I am going to do something in your days that you would not believe, even if you were told, Lams, chosen one. Heaven is preparing to shock you. The shift is so radical that even if someone described it in advance, it would sound impossible. Yet God delights in doing what seems impossible, because it makes His glory undeniable. Imagine a heavy door that has rusted shut over the years. You've pushed, you've pulled, you've tried everything in your strength to open it. Nothing moved. But then, suddenly, the Master places a key into your hand, and with the gentlest turn, the door swings wide. That is the shift where effort ends and grace begins. Think about the desert the Israelites wandered in. 40 years of dust, hunger, thirst, and waiting. Then, in a single moment, the Jordan River parted, and they stepped into the land promised generations earlier. What seemed endless was suddenly over. What looked like a cycle was actually preparation for promise. This is what is happening for you. The closed doors, the silent years, the hidden seasons, they are not wasted. They are aligning into a prophetic moment where suddenly everything shifts. The job that seemed out of reach, the healing that seemed delayed, the reconciliation that seemed impossible, God is breathing on it. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine a potter shaping clay. For hours the clay spins on the wheel, pressed, pulled, reshaped again and again. From the clay's perspective, it feels endless. But then comes the final moment when the potter lifts his hands, and what was once formless becomes a vessel of beauty and purpose. You are that clay. The long seasons of shaping are ending. The vessel is ready, and the world will see what God has been forming in secret. Chosen one. This is not just about external blessings. The prophetic shift begins inside. The heaviness you've carried will lift. The confusion that clouded your mind will clear. The fear that whispered lies will be silenced. You will think differently, walk differently, speak differently. Because when heaven shifts your season, it is not just your surroundings that change, it is you. Do not underestimate small signs. Sometimes the shift begins with something tiny. A word, a conversation, an open door you weren't expecting. Those are seeds of confirmation. Pay attention. What looks small to you is heaven's announcement that the tide is turning. Chosen one. Lean into this truth. You are stepping into a season of acceleration. What took years before will happen in days. What drained your strength before will flow with ease. Because the prophetic shift is not powered by your strength, it is carried by the Spirit of God. Now, as a prophetic act of alignment, I want you to declare it boldly. Comment the number 444 below. Why 444? Because it represents the breaking of old cycles and the establishing of divine order. When you type it, you're not just putting numbers, you're declaring, my cycles are breaking, my season is shifting, my steps are aligned. Do not take this lightly. The act may seem small, but in the Spirit it is weighty. You are agreeing with heaven's timing. You are marking this as the moment when the wilderness ends and the promise begins. The prophetic shift is here. It has begun, and soon you will testify that what once looked impossible has become your reality. Chosen one. When you write 444, you are declaring more than digits. You are proclaiming stability in your spirit, the breaking of endless wandering, and the birthing of new foundations. 4 is the number of divine structure. 4 winds. 4 corners of the earth. 4 living creatures before the throne. By aligning with 444, you are stepping into heaven's design of balance, strength, and completion. In this very hour, chosen one, have you ever wondered why you never quite fit in? From a young age, you felt the difference. While others blended with ease, you stood out without even trying. At times, it made you feel isolated, misunderstood, even unwanted. But what you saw as rejection was really redirection. You were never meant to belong to the crowd. You were designed to belong to a calling. Some tried to mold you into their expectations, but the mold broke. Others labeled you as too much or too different. But those labels could not hold you. Your uniqueness was never a mistake. It was your identity. The very traits that made you feel out of place were the marks of heaven on your life. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms. Chapter 139, verse 14. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. Oh, chosen one, you were wonderfully made, intentionally crafted. Nothing about you is random. Your quirks, your passions, your sensitivity, your strength, they are threads woven into a masterpiece. And while the world tried to convince you that you were broken, God has been whispering all along, you are set apart. Oh, think of an eagle. While sparrows flock together in low places, the eagle soars alone above the clouds. It cannot nest where others nest, nor eat what others eat. Its design demands a different environment. That is you. You were never built for the shallow, the ordinary, or the average. You were built for higher places. Your journey reflects this truth. Every time you tried to shrink yourself to fit into spaces too small for your calling, something inside resisted. You could not stay there. The discomfort was not failure. It was God's way of pulling you higher. Chosen one, you must stop confusing difference with deficiency. You do not lack, you carry more, and those who could not see it were never meant to define it. The reason some could not handle your presence is because your very existence disrupts mediocrity. Let me tell you a story. There was a young man who always felt like an outsider. His peers chased quick pleasures and shallow goals, but something in him longed for more. For years he tried to blend in, to silence the pull of his heart. But the more he tried, the emptier he felt. One day he stopped running from the difference and embraced it. It was then that doors opened, mentors appeared, and opportunities aligned. The moment he accepted his uniqueness was the moment his destiny unfolded. This is your moment too. God is asking you not to hide your difference, but to embrace it. The world doesn't need another copy. It needs the original design of you. Your voice, your vision, your heart. They were crafted to fill a space no one else can occupy. Imagine a key forged with a unique pattern of ridges and grooves. To anyone else, it might look odd, imperfect, but when it meets the lock it was designed for, it slides in perfectly, unlocking what no other key could. That is you. Your difference is the pattern heaven inscribed into your soul. And there is a lock waiting that only you can open. Chosen one. The reason you have felt resistance is not because you are weak, but because you carry weight. Diamonds are formed under pressure, and you have lived under the kind of pressure others cannot understand. Yet, here you are, shining brighter, standing stronger. You were never ordinary. Even in silence, your spirit speaks. Even in obscurity, your life carries weight. Do not be surprised if people misunderstand you. That is the cost of being set apart. But understand this: those who truly belong in your life will recognize the light within you. The world will try to convince you to conform, to tone it down, to blend in. Resist the lie. You were not created for blending. You were created for shining. And no amount of rejection can erase what heaven has marked. Chosen one. Let this truth settle in your spirit. Your difference is your divine identity. What you once thought was your weakness is actually your weapon. What you thought disqualified you is what sets you apart. You were never ordinary, and you never will be. Accept it, embrace it, and walk in it. Because heaven does not call you by your flaws, it calls you by your destiny. Chosen one. Every rejection, every betrayal, every season of wilderness has not been wasted. You have been in the furnace of refinement. The heat was real, the pain was sharp, and the waiting felt endless. Yet the same fire that tried to consume you has purified you. You are different now. The person who entered the fire is not the same person who is walking out. It is often in the furnace that the deepest lessons are learned. When friends turned their backs, you discovered the constancy of God. When doors slammed shut, you learned that His timing is higher than human opportunity. When loneliness pressed in, you found that His presence could fill every void. The furnace stripped you of illusions, but left you with unshakable truth. Heaven speaks clearly through the words in the book of Job. Chapter 23, verse 10. But He knows the way that I take. When He has tested me, I will come forth as gold. Entry. This has been your reality. God knew your path before you walked it. He allowed the fire not to destroy you, but to reveal the gold in you. Others may have seen ashes, but heaven saw radiance. And now, what has been hidden is ready to shine. Think of pottery placed into a kiln. Without the fire, the clay remains fragile, easily broken. unable to hold anything, but once it passes through the blaze, it becomes strong, enduring, ready to carry weight. That is what God has been doing in your life. He has been making you into a vessel strong enough to carry the anointing, authority, and purpose that rests on you. The wilderness seasons sharpened your discernment. Betrayals trained your spirit to recognize truth from deception. Delays strengthened your patience. Rejections deepened your understanding of where not to anchor your worth. All of it, every wound, every disappointment was part of the refining. Chosen one. You might have asked, why me? Why so much pain? Why so many losses? The answer is this: because your calling requires strength beyond the ordinary. The battles you fought were not proof of abandonment. They were training for rulership. You are not coming out weak. You are coming out equipped. Imagine a diamond under the earth. It begins as carbon, common and unnoticed. But under years of pressure and heat, it transforms into something priceless. That is what the furnace has done to you. You are no longer hidden carbon. You are a diamond shaped by fire and time. You may carry scars from these seasons, but those scars are holy. They are not marks of defeat, but reminders of survival. They tell the story of a soul that refused to quit, of a spirit sustained by grace. And those scars will speak hope to others who are still inside the flames. Chosen one. Do not despise the fire anymore. Thank God for it, because it revealed the purity of what He placed inside you. Without the furnace, you would not carry the same authority in your voice, the same compassion in your heart, the same strength in your spirit. And now, you are walking into a season where that refinement will bear fruit. The lessons learned in the fire will become wisdom that guides you. The endurance you gained will sustain you in greater assignments. The strength forged in pain will become the very strength others lean on. The wilderness did not waste you. It shaped you. The betrayal did not end you. It revealed the loyalty of God. The rejection did not erase you. It redirected you toward those who will honor your calling. Let me give you a picture. Picture a sword fresh from the fire, glowing red, still hot from the forge. It looks dangerous, untamed, but in the hands of the master, it is cooled, polished, and sharpened until it gleams. Then it is placed in a sheath, carried with honor, ready for battle. That is you. The Master has forged you, and now He is polishing you for the battles and victories ahead. Chosen one. When you look back, you will see the purpose in every painful season. You will realize that God did not forget you for a moment. He was working in the silence, shaping you when no one else could see. The furnace was never the end of your story. It was the beginning of your glory. Chosen one. Let your heart rest in this. The fire was not wasted. It revealed your endurance. It uncovered your true identity. And it awakened your spirit to stand where few can stand. Others might have broken, but you have emerged with strength that carries heaven's fingerprints. From now on, walk with assurance. The furnace has ended, but the gold remains. What God has refined in you will shine, not only for your sake, but as a beacon for others still enduring their flames. Your scars are the testimony, and your life is the proof that fire cannot destroy what God has chosen. Chosen one. Authority is rising in you. You may not feel it yet, but the fire you have endured has unlocked a mantle. You no longer walk as someone merely surviving. You walk as someone entrusted with spiritual weight. Where you once felt powerless, you now carry keys. Where you once questioned yourself, you now speak with clarity. The authority you carry is not man-made. It is not a title, nor a position granted by people. It is born of battles, survived, forged in nights of wrestling, sealed in tears and prayers. It is the kind of authority that hell recognizes, even when you do not. Darkness knows when someone has walked through fire and emerged unbroken. It was proclaimed in the second letter to Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. This is your inheritance: power, love, and a sound mind. Not timidity, not confusion, not fear. You carry something that silences chaos. Even your presence shifts atmospheres. You may have noticed how some people grow restless around you, how negativity stirs when you enter a room. It is not because you are wrong, it is because your light disturbs their darkness. Imagine a torch carried into a cavern. For years, shadows ruled that space, but the moment the flame arrives, the shadows have no choice but to flee. They cannot negotiate, they cannot linger, they must retreat. That is the authority you now carry. You are the torch, chosen one. This authority is not for pride. It is for service. It is for lifting others, for breaking chains, for speaking truth when lies surround. Heaven did not place this mantle on you to dominate people, but to dismantle the works of darkness. That is why your life has been refined, so your voice would carry weight not in volume, but in spirit. Think of Peter after denying Christ. He felt like a failure, a man unworthy to speak. Yet when the Spirit filled him, his words pierced hearts, and thousands were transformed. Why? Because authority had been born in weakness. That is you. The very areas where you once felt disqualified will become the places where God speaks with the most power. Chosen one. Authority is not about shouting louder. It is about walking in alignment. When your life agrees with heaven, your words carry heaven's weight. When you walk in obedience, your prayers move mountains. When you stand firm in identity, darkness trembles without you lifting a finger. Do not doubt this anymore. Do not minimize what you carry. You are not ordinary. You are a carrier of authority, forged by God Himself. And now, He invites you to declare it boldly. Comment these 3 words: I carry authority. Why this phrase? Because it is not only a statement, it is an act of alignment. By writing it, you confirm that you will no longer walk small, no longer hide, no longer shrink back. You are acknowledging that God has entrusted you with light, and you will not dim it to make others comfortable. When you type, I carry authority, you are reminding yourself and declaring to the unseen realm that you understand your mantle. You are not claiming pride, you are claiming identity. You are saying, I will use what God has placed in me to silence darkness, to lift others, and to glorify Him. Oh, chosen one, take this moment seriously. Your authority is not coming. Someday it is already here. Step into it, speak from it, and watch as the very ground beneath your feet begins to shift. Chosen one, when you write, I carry authority, you are not simply echoing a phrase, you are sealing a covenant. These words are a reminder that your authority is not borrowed nor fragile. It is rooted in the Spirit of God who chose you and equipped you. You are affirming what heaven has already spoken and what hell already fears. Understand this. True authority is recognized by its fruit. Authority restores peace where there is chaos. Authority brings clarity where there is confusion. Authority breaks the chains of oppression, not by force, but by alignment with God's will. By declaring your authority, you are choosing to step into your role as one who shifts the spiritual climate around you. And never forget, authority is not for yourself alone, it is for others. When you walk in it, you carry hope into hopeless places. When you speak from it, you plant seeds of courage in those who feel small. When you live by it, you testify that God raises the broken, refines the ordinary, and releases them as vessels of power and love. Chosen one. You may not realize it yet, but you have stepped into a place where you are unstoppable. Every chain that once held you has been broken. Every voice that once silenced you has lost its grip. Every storm that once threatened to destroy you has become the very proof that you were born to endure. Do you see now why the word says, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper"? It does not say no weapons will form. They will. But it promises they will not prosper. They will not succeed. And your life is the living testimony of that truth. We find in the book of Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 17, "No weapon forged against you will ever prevail. You will refute every tongue that accuses you. This is the heritage of the Lord." Chosen one. Every arrow aimed at you has already failed. Every plot designed against you has collapsed under the weight of God's hand. You are still here, still standing, not because life has been easy, but because heaven has fought for you. You are unstoppable, not by your strength, but by His power. Think of a river. No matter how many stones are thrown into it, the river keeps flowing. It may bend, it may ripple, but it does not stop. The water simply moves around the obstacles, carving new paths, wearing down even the hardest rock over time. That is your life. No matter the obstacles placed in your way, you keep flowing, you keep moving. You keep carving paths where none seemed possible. Now, pause with me. If these words are stirring something inside you, if they are awakening courage, peace, or hope, then I ask you to consider this. How far could this river flow if more streams joined it? How many more lives could be touched, healed, and awakened if its waters reached farther? This is where your choice comes in, not as obligation, not as demand, but as invitation. When you choose to like, to share, to subscribe, you are not just clicking buttons. You are opening channels for the river to flow into places it could not reach on its own. Your action becomes another stream feeding the current, carrying the message to hearts that may right now be dry and thirsty. And if God whispers it to your spirit, there is a deeper invitation. Choosing to support this work is like placing another log on a fire in the night. The flame may already be burning, but when someone adds their wood, the fire rises higher, brighter, and gives warmth to those standing in the cold. Your donation is that extra flame. Not demanded, not required, but freely given, so the fire continues to burn for others who are still searching for light. Every gift, no matter how small, is a spark that ensures the night does not win. But hear this with clarity. whether you choose to act or simply to receive, you are loved the same. You are chosen the same. You are unstoppable the same. Nothing you do here earns your crown. That was already secured by grace. This is not a transaction. It is a participation in the flow of what God is already doing. Chosen one. Your life is proof that nothing can stop God's plan. The attacks only made you stronger. The delays only prepared you deeper. The betrayals only clarified who truly walks with you. Every moment has been woven into a story of resilience, endurance, and faith. And as you move forward, know this: you are not just surviving, you are thriving. You are not just getting through, you are conquering. You are not just standing, you are advancing. The unstoppable force of heaven is within you, and no power of darkness can hold you back. So walk boldly, speak with authority, live with joy. You are unstoppable, not because of what you have, but because of who has you. And if this word has reached into your heart, let it not end with you. Be the stream that carries it farther. Be the hand that plants the seed. Be the spark that keeps the fire alive. For when you choose to act freely and willingly, you become part of a movement far greater than yourself, a movement of light breaking through the darkness. And remember this: chosen one, an unstoppable flame never fades. With every act of love, every word of faith, you prove again and again the darkness cannot silence your light. Chosen one. There is a rhythm to heaven that is unlike anything on earth. While the world moves in cycles of chaos, confusion, and uncertainty, God moves according to a blueprint that has been established long before you were born. And now, in this season, He is unfolding parts of that design for your life. What once seemed hidden is being revealed. What felt like silence is turning into instruction. The questions you have been carrying: why am I here? What is my next step? What is the meaning of all this? Are beginning to find answers in unexpected ways. You are not wandering without direction. The blueprint of your life is in the hands of the master architect. And every line, every detail, every curve has meaning. The ancient words recorded in Proverbs, chapter 19, verse 21, remind us, many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. Chosen one. You may have planned much, dreamed much, tried much, but what prevails is not your striving, it is His purpose. This is why certain doors closed, no matter how hard you pushed. Why some opportunities slipped away, even when you tried to hold tightly. The blueprint was never about building your own plan, it was about aligning with His. Picture an artist painting a masterpiece. Up close, the strokes may look chaotic, colors blending strangely, lines cutting harshly. But when you step back, the full image is breathtaking, flawless in its design. That is how your life has felt. Up close, it seemed messy, confusing, incomplete. But in the eyes of heaven, every stroke has been intentional. Soon you will step back and see what God has been creating all along. Sometimes God hides instructions until the exact right time, like a scroll sealed until its appointed moment. Your blueprint has had chapters not yet revealed. That is why certain prayers seemed unanswered. Certain seasons felt stalled. Heaven was not withholding out of cruelty, it was guarding timing. Because the right instruction at the wrong moment can become a burden instead of a blessing. Chosen one. You are now standing at a threshold. The unfolding blueprint is revealing hidden assignments, new connections, and deeper understanding of your identity. What once felt like delay was preparation. What once felt like silence was God aligning the details. Think of Noah, instructed to build an ark long before the rain fell. At first, it seemed strange, unnecessary. People mocked, questioned, even ridiculed. But when the waters came, the blueprint that once seemed foolish was revealed as wisdom. Your obedience in the unseen is preparing you for a moment when the plan becomes undeniable. Chosen one. God's blueprint for your life does not just include the mountaintops, it includes the valleys too. The pain you endured, the storms you survived, the deserts you crossed, they are all written into the design. None of it was wasted. Every season has been a line in the drawing, a brush stroke on the canvas, a stone in the foundation. You may not yet see the full picture, but trust this, what is being built is eternal. You are part of something bigger than yourself, something that stretches beyond your lifetime. God's design through you will echo into generations, impacting lives you may never meet. Imagine a mosaic made of broken pieces of glass, each shard, jagged and painful, seems meaningless on its own, but when the artist sets them together, light passes through, and a stunning image shines forth. That is your story. Every broken piece is being placed in its proper place, and soon the light of God will shine through the masterpiece of your life. Chosen one. Do not despise the mystery. Do not curse the questions. They are proof that you are being led, that you are not living on accident, but on assignment. The blueprint is unfolding, and with it comes clarity, confidence, and direction. What God is revealing to you in this season is not just about tasks, it is about identity. It is about knowing who you are and walking boldly in that truth. Because once you see even a glimpse of the blueprint, you can no longer live small. You can no longer hide. You begin to walk with the quiet assurance that your steps are ordered, your path is drawn, and your destiny is secure. So watch closely in the days ahead. Pay attention to the whispers, the nudges, the alignments. They are not coincidences, they are pieces of the design coming together. You are stepping into a chapter where heaven's blueprint is being revealed, and with it comes the confidence that every part of your story has purpose. Chosen one. Do you feel it? The confirmations are already stirring around you. Signs, whispers, alignments. God has been placing reminders in your path that you are not forgotten, that the blueprint for your life is unfolding exactly as planned. This is not imagination. This is the Spirit confirming that the shift you've been waiting for is real. You have noticed numbers repeating, conversations, echoing words you just prayed, and even strangers speaking truths they could not have known. None of these are accidents. They are divine reminders. Heaven is leaning close, assuring you that you are on the right path. The Word of God declares in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 8, "The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged." Oh, this is the confirmation you needed. God has gone before you, already preparing what you cannot yet see. And the signs you encounter are not small, they are echoes of his presence. They are like footsteps in the sand ahead of you, proving he has walked the road before you. Imagine walking through a forest at night. The path is dark, uncertain. But then, suddenly, lanterns appear, one after another, lighting your way. You didn't place them there. Someone went ahead of you and left them. That is what prophetic confirmation feels like, God leaving lights along the path, so you know you are not walking alone. Chosen one. Sometimes confirmation shows up through people. A simple word spoken at the right moment. A friend reaching out exactly when you prayed for comfort. A message delivered when you needed clarity. These are not coincidences. They are God's way of saying, I hear you. I see you. I am with you. Then, other times, confirmation comes through circumstances. A door you thought was locked suddenly opens. An opportunity you didn't even apply for comes your way. Or a rejection that once crushed you is revealed to have been protection all along. Every turn of events is another thread in the pattern, another signal that God is guiding. And yes, confirmation can even appear through numbers. Heaven speaks in patterns, in repetitions, in symbols. These numbers are not magic, they are reminders. They are ways God taps you on the shoulder and says, pay attention, I am near. Oh, chosen one. Your confirmations are proof that you are walking in alignment. They may not give you the full picture, but they assure you that you are not lost. They remind you that God is still orchestrating, still arranging, still leading. Think of Gideon, unsure of his calling. He asked for signs dew on the fleece, then dew on the ground. God did not rebuke him. Instead, he provided the confirmations Gideon needed to move forward. Why? Because God knows the human heart. He knows we long for reassurance. And in His mercy, He gives it. So if you have been questioning whether what you feel is real, let this be the moment of clarity. It is real. The confirmations are not your imagination. They are heaven's fingerprints. And the more you pay attention, the more you will see them. Chosen one. Take courage. You are not wandering aimlessly. Every whisper, every sign, every alignment is leading you into a season where clarity will replace confusion, where confidence will silence fear, and where joy will replace heaviness. Now, as a prophetic act, I want you to declare your agreement with heaven's confirmations. Type the number 555 inches the comments. Why 555? Because 5 is the number of grace, and when repeated, it is the overflow of grace upon grace. By writing 555, you are declaring, I receive the confirmation. I walk in grace. I step into alignment. Understand this. You are not typing digits. You are marking your moment. You are saying, I believe that God has already gone before me, and His grace is surrounding me. The act is symbolic, but the meaning is eternal. Chosen one. The confirmations around you are not small. They are reminders that you are chosen, seen, and guided. Let them strengthen you. Let them anchor you. Let them remind you that your steps are not random. They are ordered by heaven. Chosen one. When you write 555, you are declaring more than numbers. You are stepping into the flow of divine grace multiplied. Grace covers your past, empowers your present, and secures your future. Triple grace means you are carried, strengthened, and established in ways beyond your understanding. This is why confirmations matter. They are not empty signs, but reminders that heaven's grace surrounds you. With 555, you acknowledge that God's hand is over every detail. You are walking under a canopy of grace that cannot be shaken. Chosen one. There are moments in history when mantles are transferred. A mantle is not a piece of fabric. It is a spiritual weight, a divine authority, an assignment that carries heaven's backing. And there are times when God takes what others have mishandled, forfeited, or abandoned, and places it upon the shoulders of the faithful. This is the season where you are stepping into that mantle. You may not feel ready. You may look at your flaws and wonder why God would entrust you with more. But remember, mantles are not given because of perfection. They are given because of obedience. The ones who are willing to endure, to stay faithful when others walk away, to say yes, even in uncertainty, those are the ones God crowns with greater responsibility. The voice of God thundered in the book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 5. No one will be able to stand against you all the days of your life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Joshua stepped into a mantle he did not expect. For years, he stood in Moses' shadow, serving faithfully, often unseen. When the time came, God did not search for someone impressive in the eyes of the world. He turned to Joshua, the servant, the one who remained steady, the one who was present when others wavered. That mantle was not taken lightly, and neither is yours. Chosen one. The mantle you are stepping into carries weight. It may be the mantle of intercession, the mantle of leadership, the mantle of creativity, or the mantle of influence. Whatever it looks like, it is not about titles or applause. It is about impact. It is about carrying heaven's authority into places where it has been resisted. Think of Elijah and Elisha. When Elijah was taken up, Elisha caught the mantle. He did not just receive fabric, he received double portion. The miracles multiplied. The authority expanded. The reach increased. And yet, Elisha's mantle was not cheap. It was the result of perseverance, of following faithfully, of refusing to leave when others would have stopped. In your life, there are assignments others have left undone. There are callings abandoned by those who chose comfort over obedience. God is now placing those mantles into the hands of those who will steward them with faithfulness. You are among them. You are stepping into spaces that others prepared but never occupied. Do not despise the hidden years. They were your training ground. They taught you humility, discipline, endurance. Just like David tended sheep before wearing a crown, your quiet seasons were not wasted. They were shaping your heart to carry a mantle with integrity. Picture a relay race. One runner gives their all, then passes the baton to another. The second runner does not start from the beginning. They begin where the first left off. That is what a mantle transfer looks like. You are not starting from scratch. You are continuing a story. God is entrusting you to pick up what others laid down and to run faithfully with it. Chosen one. Mantles also come with responsibility. To wear it is to walk differently. To carry it is to live with weight. But it is not a burden meant to crush you. It is a divine weight that strengthens you. Heaven's hand is upon you, empowering you to bear it. There will be moments where you feel the stretch, where the mantle feels heavy. Do not mistake the weight for punishment. It is proof of trust. God does not place mantles on the careless. He places them on those who have been proven in the fire. Chosen one. You are stepping into inheritance you did not earn, but were chosen to steward. You will carry the prayers of generations before you. You will walk in promises that others only glimpsed. You will see fulfillment that has been waiting for a faithful vessel. This is the mystery of mantles. They outlive individuals. What one begins, another continues. And now, what others left behind, you are picking up, not for your glory, but for God's, not for applause, but for impact. So step into it with reverence. Step into it with boldness. The mantle is upon you, and heaven trusts you to carry it well. Chosen one, when you feel the mantle settle on your shoulders, do not shrink back. It may feel heavier than you expected, but with that weight comes divine strength. The same God who entrusted it to you will empower you to carry it. And remember, a mantle is not meant to be hidden, it is meant to release life. Walk boldly, for what you carry will unlock doors for many others who are waiting for freedom, guidance, and light. Chosen one, there comes a time when heaven no longer delays judgment. For seasons, God extends mercy, waiting, calling, giving chance after chance for repentance. But when the line is crossed, when rebellion persists, when darkness refuses to yield, heaven's sudden judgment falls. This is not to harm the faithful, it is to protect them, to vindicate them, to remove what has oppressed them for too long. You have felt the tension of this season. You have seen those who rose against you prosper for a time. You wondered why their words had weight, why their schemes seemed to succeed, why their arrogance went unchecked. But what you could not see was that God was watching. Nothing escaped his sight. The time of exposure and collapse is now at hand. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Nahum. Chapter 1, verse 7. The Lord is good, a refuge in times of trouble. He cares for those who trust in him. This verse is both comfort and warning. Comfort for you, because you are held in his refuge. Warning for those who harden themselves, because what opposes God cannot stand forever. Chosen one, heaven is shifting the balance. What was exalted falsely will be brought low, and what was trampled will be lifted. Think of Pharaoh. For years he enslaved Israel, mocking their cries, resisting every sign, hardening his heart again and again. It seemed as though he was untouchable, a ruler too powerful to fall. But then, in a single night, judgment struck, and Israel walked free. What appeared unshakable collapsed in a moment. That is the nature of God's sudden judgment. It comes swiftly, decisively, and undeniably. Chosen one, the forces that opposed you will not prevail. Their time has expired. The very structures built to harm you are crumbling. The nets set to trap you are snapping back on those who spread them. The voices that rose to condemn you are losing their echo. This is not your doing, it is God's hand of justice. Imagine a tower built on sand. For a while, it looks stable. Impressive even. People admire its height, its strength, but the foundation is weak. One storm, one quake, and it collapses into ruin. That is what happens to anything not rooted in righteousness. It may rise for a season, but it cannot endure. You have endured seasons where injustice seemed louder than truth. But truth does not fade, and injustice cannot last. Heaven's gavel has struck. What has been hidden is being revealed. What has been whispered in secret is coming into the open. The judgment of God is not chaos, it is order restored. Chosen one, do not fear when you see things crumble around you. Do not be shaken when those who opposed you are suddenly removed. This is not loss, it is deliverance. It is God clearing the ground so that His purpose in your life can flourish without hindrance. There will be a visible shift. People who once seemed untouchable will face exposure. Systems that thrived on corruption will falter. Words spoken against you will lose power. And through it all, you will see with your own eyes the faithfulness of the one who promised to be your refuge. Consider this image, a tree that has grown tall but rotten within. To the outside eye, it looks strong, but when the storm comes, it cannot stand. It falls. And only then do people realize its core was hollow. That is the judgment falling on what has stood against you. It was never as strong as it appeared. Chosen one, your call is not to rejoice in the downfall of others, but to recognize God's justice at work. The fall is not yours to orchestrate it, it is His. Your part is to remain steadfast, to keep your heart pure, to walk humbly as He vindicates you. The judgment that comes will clear the path for you. It will silence lies, remove obstacles, and shift atmospheres. It will show you that no power of darkness can stand against the hand of God. So stand firm. The collapse you see is not the end, it is the beginning of freedom. The shaking is not to destroy you, it is to uproot what has long hindered you. And when the dust settles, you will see clearly that the Lord is your refuge, your deliverer, and your vindicator. Chosen one, let peace guard your heart as judgment unfolds. Remember, it is not chaos but correction, not destruction but deliverance. The shaking around you is proof that God is removing what cannot last, so that only what is eternal will remain. Stand still and watch His hand. Chosen one, your story is not only for you. The journey you have walked, the nights of tears, the weight of battles, and the victories that followed, they are not random chapters. They are a testimony meant to ignite faith in others who are still in the middle of their storms. What God has done in you was never meant to stay hidden. It was meant to be a flame that spreads. Every chosen one carries a sound, a light, a story that can shake nations. Your pain carries wisdom, your scars carry authority, and your survival carries hope. Do not underestimate the power of your journey. What you overcame is exactly what someone else needs to hear in order to keep moving. As Jesus Himself declared in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 14, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden." Chosen one, your light is not meant to be tucked away. It cannot stay invisible. Just as a city on a hill becomes a landmark for travelers, your story becomes a beacon for those lost in darkness. When you speak, you guide. When you share, you plant seeds. When you live openly, you give others permission to rise. Picture a torch passed from one runner to the next in a great relay. The flame does not diminish. When shared, it multiplies. The fire grows brighter, spreading farther, touching more. That is what happens when you let your light shine. It does not reduce you. It increases the impact of your calling. And now, let us pause. If this message resonates with you, if it feels like a mirror to your soul, I gently invite you to take part in this flame's journey. when you choose to like, to share, to subscribe. You are not just interacting, you are carrying the torch forward. Imagine lifting your torch high, and through your choice, others in the valley see the glow and find their way home. But there is a deeper invitation too. Donating is like placing another star in the night sky. One star is beautiful, but when more appear, they form constellations that guide travelers through the darkness. Your gift becomes a star, silent, shining, eternal, helping others find their way home. Every act, whether it is liking, sharing, subscribing, or donating, is not about obligation. It is about participation in something eternal. You are saying, I believe this light should not be hidden. I believe others deserve to see what I see. And when you choose to comment, you are not just typing letters, you are leaving your mark. Write something as simple as, "The light shines." 3 words, but powerful. By doing so, you join your voice to countless others, testifying that light cannot be silenced. Your words become part of a chorus that echoes beyond this moment. Chosen one. The global call is this: do not hide. Let your light join with others. Let your story become a spark for someone else's breakthrough. Heaven never intended for your journey to remain private. It was always meant to ripple outward, transforming lives you may never meet. Imagine a lighthouse standing on a cliff. Its beam does not move to chase each ship, it simply shines. And in shining, it guides vessels safely through storms. That is you. You don't have to chase recognition, applause, or approval. You simply shine. And in shining, you fulfill your calling. Do not underestimate the beauty of participation. Every person who chooses to support, in whatever way they feel led, becomes part of this great light. Together, we form a constellation, individual stars joining to create patterns of guidance across the sky. Alone, we shine faintly. Together, we illuminate the night. And hear this clearly: whether you choose to act or not, you are still chosen, still loved, still crowned. Support is never a price. It is simply an opportunity to multiply what heaven is already doing. Chosen one. This is the global call. Rise, shine, and let the flame continue. Your testimony matters. Your light matters. And your choice matters. The world is darker without your part, but brighter with it. So carry the flame, plant the star, shine the light, and know that in doing so, you are part of something eternal. And as you walk forward, remember this: every flame carried, every star added, every light shining multiplies the hope in this world. Chosen one. Your small act may be the spark that rescues another soul from the night. Chosen one. There is a glory prepared for you that cannot be compared to the weight of your past struggles. You have walked through fire, endured rejection, carried burdens that seemed unbearable, but none of it was wasted. Every scar, every tear, every hidden sacrifice has been counted by heaven. And now, the season of crowning is here. Glory is not about recognition from people. It is not about applause or fame. Glory is about alignment with heaven's intention, stepping fully into who you were created to be. It is about radiance, a light that cannot be dimmed, a dignity that cannot be stolen, and a purpose that cannot be denied. As was spoken in the sacred texts of old, In the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 18, I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. Chosen one, your suffering has been real, but the glory will outweigh it. The sleepless nights will not compare to the peace that is coming. The long years of waiting will not compare to the fulfillment about to unfold. The heartbreak will not compare to the joys set before you. What is ahead is greater than anything behind. Picture a crown hidden in a chest, locked away for years. Dust gathers. The box grows old, but the crown inside never loses its shine. At the appointed time, the chest is opened, and the crown is placed on the rightful head. That is what heaven is doing with you. The crown reserved for you is being revealed, and nothing can stop its placement. Chosen one, when God crowns, it is not a fragile decoration. It is a sign of authority, of honor, of purpose. When He crowns you with glory, it means every battle you fought was worth it. It means every hidden sacrifice is seen. It means every yes whispered in the dark has been honored in the light. Think of Joseph again. From the pit to the prison, it seemed as though his life was defined by loss. But in a single day, he was crowned with authority, seated in places he never dreamed. His crown was not for himself alone, it was to feed nations, to preserve lives. Your crown too carries purpose. It is not only for your dignity, but for the assignment you will carry. Chosen one. Glory also transforms perception. Those who once dismissed you will be forced to see the hand of God upon your life. Those who underestimated you will marvel at how heaven has lifted you. This is not about pride, it is about testimony. Your crowning will point not to your greatness, but to His. Consider the imagery of a sunrise. For hours, the night rules. Darkness covers everything. Shadows stretch long. But then, without fanfare, the horizon glows. Light spreads. Unstoppable. The sun rises, and night has no choice but to retreat. That is what your crowning will be like. Quiet at first, but undeniable, until everything around you is transformed by the radiance of God's glory upon you. Do not be afraid of this season. Sometimes when the crown draws near, fear whispers, "Am I worthy? Can I carry this?" Remember, the crown was never about your worthiness. It was about His faithfulness. He chose you long before you chose Him. He prepared you long before you knew your calling. Chosen one. You are crowned not because you are flawless, but because you are faithful. Heaven crowns those who endure, who keep standing when everything tries to knock them down, who hold fast when others let go. The glory upon you is the reward of perseverance. This crown is not temporary. The world gives crowns of metal and jewels that fade, tarnish, and pass away. But the crown placed upon you is eternal. It carries a weight that does not rust, a light that does not dim, a dignity that cannot be stolen. Picture again the tree scarred by storms. Branches may be broken, bark stripped, but in time it blooms again, stronger, fuller, more radiant. The scars do not disqualify it, they prove it has endured. In the same way, your scars do not disqualify your crown, they qualify it. Chosen one. Step boldly into this moment. The glory is not just coming near, it is resting upon you. You have been prepared for this hour. You are not stepping into accident. You are stepping into destiny. Let this truth anchor your soul. You are crowned for glory. Not someday, not in a distant future, but now. The shift has already begun. Heaven has already placed its seal, and soon the world will see what heaven has always known. You are chosen, crowned, and called for glory. Chosen one. Everything until now has been preparation for this moment. The whispers in the night, the tears in secret, the weight you carried, the fire you endured, all of it has been shaping you for the final seal. This is not the end of your journey, but it is the confirmation that you are stepping fully into the destiny that has always been yours. The final seal is not about striving, it is about resting in what God has already declared. You have spent years wondering if you were chosen, asking if your life has meaning, questioning whether the storms had purpose. Now heaven declares with certainty, the seal is upon you. You are marked. You are set apart. Nothing can reverse it. It is written in the book of Ephesians, chapter 1, verse 13. When you believed, you were marked in him with a seal, the promised Holy Spirit. Oh, this is your assurance. The seal of God is not fragile. It is not written in pencil to be erased, nor ink that can fade. It is eternal, pressed by the Spirit of God himself. What he has sealed, no one can break. What he has chosen, no one can undo. Chosen one. Understand this. The final seal means your destiny is secured. It does not mean battles will never come, but it does mean that battles will never define you. It does not mean storms will never rise, but it does mean storms will never sink you. You are sealed, anchored, protected by the unshakable hand of God. Picture a scroll rolled tightly, tied with string, sealed with wax. That seal is a declaration of ownership, authority, and protection. Until the rightful owner breaks it, no one else can touch it. That is what you carry. The seal of heaven has been pressed upon your life, and no power of darkness can tamper with it. For years, you may have felt overlooked. People questioned your value, doubted your path, misunderstood your choices. But the final seal overrides every opinion. It is God's stamp of approval, greater than applause, stronger than criticism, higher than rejection. Chosen one. This is why you could not quit. Even when you tried, something inside kept pulling you back. Even when you wanted to walk away, grace pulled you closer. Because once you are sealed, you are his. The seal is not dependent on your perfection. It is rooted in his covenant. Think of Daniel in the lion's den. The king sealed the stone with his signet ring, declaring that no one could rescue him. But heaven had already sealed Daniel's destiny. The lions' mouths were shut, and Daniel emerged unharmed. The seal of God is stronger than the seals of men. It protects. It preserves. It ensures that your story cannot end before its appointed time. Chosen one. The final seal also marks the beginning of release. Hidden assignments will emerge. Delayed promises will surface. Dormant gifts will awaken. What was locked is now opening. Because the seal announces readiness, you are not waiting anymore. You are stepping into what has been prepared all along. Do not fear the weight of this. The seal is not pressure, it is peace. It is the knowing deep in your spirit that you are where you are meant to be. that you are held in hands that will never let you go. Imagine a soldier receiving a seal on their armor, a mark that identifies them as belonging to the king. No matter where they march, that seal speaks of authority, of belonging, of purpose. That is you. Wherever you go, the seal speaks louder than your past, louder than your fears, louder than your doubts. Chosen one. Let this truth sink deeply. The final seal is not about arrival, it is about identity. You were chosen before you were born. You were sealed the moment you believed. And now, as you step forward, the world will see not just a survivor, not just a dreamer, but one marked by heaven, unstoppable, unshakable, chosen forever. The final seal rests upon you. Walk in it, live in it, let it guide you. You are not searching anymore. You have been found, sealed, and secured by the one who never fails. Chosen one. The seal upon you is not silent, it speaks. It whispers to heaven that you belong. It declares to the earth that you are appointed, and it reminds hell that you are untouchable. This is your eternal identity. So rise each day with assurance. You are not lost in the noise. You are marked with destiny. The final seal proclaims, chosen, crowned, and kept by the hand of God forever. Chosen one. If you have journeyed with me through every word until now, then you already know you are not here by chance. You were meant to hear this, to feel this, to recognize the undeniable truth that your life carries meaning beyond measure. And now, as we bring this message to a close, let me speak from the heart. What has been poured out here is more than words. It is oil. It is flame. It is light. And like every flame, it burns brighter when it spreads. When you choose to like, to share, and to subscribe, you are not simply supporting a channel, you are lifting the torch higher so that someone lost in the night may see the glow. There is also a deeper way to take part. Donating is like planting a tree whose shade you may never sit under. Yet generations after, you will find rest, nourishment, and shelter in what you planted. Every seed you sow is not about me, not about this moment, but about eternity, about the unseen lives that will be reached because of your willingness to give. And let me say this clearly, nothing here is demanded of you. You are loved, whether you act or simply receive. But when you choose to engage through likes, shares, comments, subscriptions, or giving, you are stepping into the beauty of participation. You are saying, this light should not stay with me alone. Others must see it too. Oh, so let this ending not be an end, but a continuation. Leave a comment below. Your words matter. Your comment is like a pebble dropped into still water, sending ripples of light farther than you can see. Together, our stories form constellations across the sky, guiding others home. Chosen one. Carry this truth. You are chosen. You are sealed. And your light is needed. Thank you for walking this journey. The story does not stop here. It lives on through you.